Right, we are back with some Try Hack Me. Gonna continue on with the the junior penetration tester. There. I think we've done like 80% of this, as I said earlier. Junior pen tester. 86% done. One away from achievement. Yeah, we got these two to go. So exploitation and Metasploit. So exploitation room. I've already made the box and downloaded the task file. So in this room we're going to learn how to use Metasploit for vulnerability scanning and exploitation. We'll also cover how the database feature makes it easier to manage penetration testing engagements with a broader scope. Finally, we'll look at generating a payload with MSF Venom, how to start a Metasploit session on most target platforms. More specifically, the topics we will cover are to scan systems, how to use the database feature, how to use Metasploit to conduct a vulnerability scan, how to use Metasploit to exploit vulnerable services, and how MSF Venom can be used to create payloads and obtain a Metasploit session on the target system. Please note that all questions requiring use of a word list brute force attack will be using the word list that we got from the task list. If you opt to use your own machine, please download the word list by clicking the download task file. Start the attack box and run Metasploit running MSF console and follow along with the room. Ooh, and the streak's gone up. Nearly 200, look at that. Right, scanning, start machine. Port scanning. Metasploit has a number of modules to scan open ports on the target system and network. You can list potential port scanning modules available using the search port scan command. So we've got FTP bounce, NAT VMP, SAP router, Xmas, back firewall, TCP port scanner, TCP SYN port scanner, WordPress pingback locator. Port scanning modules will require you to set a few options. So I guess we want to use 5. Concurrency, number of targets to be scanned simultaneously, ports range to be scanned, rhost the target to be scanned, threads, the number of threads to be used simultaneously. The more threads, the faster the scans. And directly perform an Nmap scan from within MSF console prompt as shown below. And does it quicker, does it? Nmap SS 10.10.26.65. Quitting. As for the information gathering, your engagement requires a speedier approach to port scanning. Metasploit may not be your first choice. However, a number of modules make Metasploit a useful tool for the scanning phase. Udp Service Identification. The Scanner Discover UDP Suite module will allow you to quickly identify services running over the UDP user datagram protocol. As you can see below, this module will not conduct an extensive scan of all possible UDP services, but does provide a quick way to identify such services as DNS or NetBIOS. Metasploit offers several useful auxiliary modules that allow it to scan specific services. Below is an example of the SMB, especially useful if a corporate network would be SMB and enum share. an SMB version. Spend some time to identify the scanners that the Metasploit version installed on your system offers. So what search scanner that loads? So what have we got? Actual shitloads. Right there. Abandoned cart for WooCommerce. Apache. Reverse proxy. Mod CGI. Apple TV. Atlassian. Barracuda. Buffalo. Chromecast. Cisco. Fortinet. Grafana as well, so there. GitLab. HTTP, load of stuff. JBoss. Kodi. Lotus Notes, Log4Shell. MySQL. IIS, RDP. MySQL. Nessus. I do like when security programs have vulnerabilities, it's quite funny. OpenSSL, OpenVAS, Oracle, PC Anywhere, Ruby, SAP, SMB, SMTP, SNMP, SSH, Semantic, Telnet, VMware, WordPress, that's all kinds of shit. When performing the service scans, it would be important not to omit the more exotic services such as NetBIOS. Similar to SMB, allows a computer to communicate over the network to share file. NetBIOS name of the target can give you the idea about its role or even the importance. So Corp DC would be a domain controller, DevOps would be like a Jenkins, sales would be like some kind of payment system. You would also run across some shared files, folders that would be accessible without a password or protected with a simple password. Remember, Metasploit has many modules, can help you have a better understanding of the target system and possibly help you find vulnerabilities. It's always worth performing a quick search to see if there are any modules that could be helpful based on your target system. How many ports are open on the target system? Before I answer that, let's put some tunes on. So we're going to want to do an nmap scan, I guess. Did that earlier, so let's just repeat it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using the relevant scanner, what NetBIOS name can you see? So let's find the NetBIOS. So we can just do search scanner NetBIOS. So we want use one. Show options. Set hosts 10.10.26.65. What else do we need? See a pelican run. So what the hint is, use the net BIOS NB name module. Okay, cool. What have we got? There we go. Acme IT support. What was running on port 8080? Oh, 8000 even. HTTP alt. Oh. It's not that much quicker, is it? Alright, so we got webfs HTTP D12. Hey, just a guy.
Herder of Cat says,
Hey MSEC, hey everyone, Vulcan salute, cool face.
Just like that.
Still having Kirby flashbacks.
I might play that later if we finish early, because we've only got like one bit left to do. So what the fuck is this one thing? We got HTTP 1.21. Use the HTTP version module. So we search HTTP version. That's better. Alright, use 0. Show options. Once our host set. Set G, our hosts 10.10.26.65.
This room goes fast. But for me, most rooms like this take time cause I take notes too.
Yeah, I've got notes here, which I got from the other room. I'm only really using it as I find stuff, so I guess I should add this one. HTTP version. Scanner as well, wasn't it? Scanner. HTTP version.
Same here. Subchapters and just building on that.
Yeah. So what else do we need? We need threads is set, our port is set. Oh no, it's not, because it needs to be set our port 8000. So override that. That should be good. Run. Let's try that. Cool. So didn't we get that earlier when we did the search?
One quirk of Metasploit. It doesn't always work in the first go.
Yeah. No, well, I just did an nmap scan with the version tag, and that came back with this. So it's just wanting it in this format rather than, I guess I could have just put webfs. Done it anyway. What is the penny under SMB's password? No, what is the penny user's SMB password? Use the word list, right? Search. What we're gonna have, like brute force, I guess. Brute. No, SMB.
Kinda like a car in very cold weather. I'm referring to usually getting / creating shells.
Got to pull the choke out and let it get some oxygen. Search SMB. Enum. Login. SMB login check. That's the one we want. Use for show options. There's a set. Our host set, our port set. Set. True. Where's the word list? User file. SMB user, there we go. Set SMB user penny. Pass list. Pass file. Use set. Pass file. Not the. Where'd I put it? There.
Nightbot says,
you can change your TDS voice here. Web link.
So set the password file and run. Leo 1234. That's it. Okay. Cool. So we got Penny.
8 subscribers to go until we reach the goal of 15 and unlock new emote slots. Use those Prime subs if you have them.
While the Metasploit database, while it's not required when interacting with a single target, an actual penetration test engagement will likely have several targets. Metasploit is a database function to simplify project management and avoid possible confusion when setting up parameter values. To replicate the examples below, please select Kali Linux under the attack box menu. Okay. Wait, what? That's not even an option, is it? Metasploit module R2. You will first need to start the Postgres database, which Metasploit will use with the following command. That's the new one. Start Postgres. Scroll.
Herder of Cat says,
At MSEC you used Mux?
Only doing the Tmux room, but I wasn't a big fan. Why isn't this fucking working?
Me neither.
I like this bit. If you like split vertically or horizontally, like you get extra things, which is kind of what Tmux adds.
But I just found a nice cheat sheet for it.
Oh, cool. You can share it in chat if you like. Let's
I'm using Terminator.
permit. There you go. You
Nightbot
should be able to
says-
post a link to it if you've got one.
Greater than it just 81 2 3 4 5 6 7 has been granted permission to post a link for 60 seconds.
Or you can
Herder of Cat
put a
says.
space between it.
Tmux cheat sheet. Com.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Hacking the system since forever.
Yeah, I do need to like do this a bit more in anger. This is the best bit, like being able to add windows and like flip between them. Or it might be panes actually. Just having to like memorize all of the key binds, like just nobody got time for that. Speaking of, let's do that. We have to sudo it.
I just memorized 2 to 4 or so from Terminator and I'm good.
So we're active. Memorize 2 to 4 from Terminator and I'm good. So does Terminator do it for you? So MSFDB. Yeah. Database already started. A database appears to be configured, skipping initialization. So I didn't have to do any of that. Let's collapse subterminal. Now you can launch DB status connected to MSF Postgres. Database feature will allow you to create workspaces to isolate different projects. When first launched, you should be in the default workspace. You can list available workspaces using the workspace command.
Splitting screen into lots of bits as I need it too. That's why a large screen helps a lot.
0 Riobyte says.
Woo. What's
Woo.
up?
All good, mate. Yeah. I felt guilty not doing Try Hack Me stuff, playing video games, so I thought I'd stream some Try Hack Me, be productive.
Herder of Cat says.
Hey, it's 0 Riobyte.
0 Riobyte says.
Meet a predator. At just 81 2 3 4 5 6 7. What's good?
Herder of
Meter
Cat says.
Preterpreter.
Meter Peter.
What the fuck was that supposed to say? Connected as... So that was right. Why is workspace not working? Database not
0
connected.
Riobyte says.
Meta PR better.
You can add a workspace with the A parameter or delete one with D. The screenshot shows that the new workspace named Try Hack Me was
Translated from
created.
Italian.
Workspace dash A. No, it's not good. Don't lie to me, it's connected. active, exited.
Herder of Cat says,
At 0 Ryobyte lol. I'm getting ready for bed soon. Rough week. Hanging around here until Kirby shows up again. You?
You're all here for the Kirby. Should I just stop what I'm doing and play Kirby?
Zero Ryobyte says,
It's just taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trying to figure out what to work on next other than exam prep.
What exam are you studying for? I've got an AWS cloud security cert to prep for. I've done like 5% of it.
OSCP exam take.
OCP, oh nice. That's definitely on my list. It's like a bucket list one. I don't do any pen testing in my day job, so it's not really worth me doing it. But if I wanted to go that route, it's almost a given that you need it. People aren't that willing to take you on unless you've got the experience.
Herder of Cat says,
No please. Have mercy at MSEC. Also I think Kirby might be gay. But the kind that's in denial.
Isn't Kirby like meant to be a ditto, so he can breed with himself? It's like asexual. Oh, I've got shit in my eye. Workspace. We've got to do DB Connect. Whoa.
Yeah, most companies suggest having at least 1 year of pen testing experience before attempting the OSCP.
Zero Ryobyte says,
I'm a fan of the read team stuff, but feel like I need to get better at initial recon and advanced AV evasion. Red team, read, bro.
Yeah, I know. I do love that though, that they want you to get OSCP, like, while having a year's experience. But if you look at most job recs, they all want the OSCP as standard. It's like, it's the same for Blue Team. They all want CISSP, which is a 5-year prerequisite on it. Like, you have to be working for 5 years in the industry to get it. So it's like, if you're entry level, it just sucks. Yeah, I do feel bad for people who are like early career.
Herder of Cat says,
Yeah. Such BS. Kinda like a chicken and the egg thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was having a conversation today about like how shit it is hiring, because like there's just so few candidates, and especially few candidates who are worthy. So you end up just churning through people. Like you're essentially just wasting your time until you've got a candidate that fits the bill, and then yeah, like if people don't come with certificates, they don't even reach the like the HR phase. Like, it's just fucking annoying. Like, you almost need like these little keywords on your CV to sort of get through.
Yeah. You good?
Cloner says,
Hi.
Yeah, letting the cat out.
What words do I put on my CV?
You have to say that you've got a CISP, that you've written every
Herder of
programming
Cat
language that has ever
You fell off your
existed.
chair.
Yeah, you've actually created every programming language in existence. You named binary. You've got the CISP. You've got
Spears 11 says.
What's up?
like all the hacking experience. Just outright lie until someone actually asks for proof.
Herder of Cat says.
Hey, Edge Beers 11, Vulcan salute.
Hey,
Cool
Jimmers.
face.
Let's give you a shout out while I figure out how this connect thing works. Oh, my shout out panel's off. Let's try that again.
My meds wore off before I started streaming, so, you know, that shit's crazy.
Dutchy Raider says. Heimsek. Translated from Dutch.
I'm just waiting for it to refresh now.
JB off his meds, that's not good. Speaking of which, take a
Spears
dab.
11 says.
Take a dab right now.
Lol. Wahaha. As you wish.
Yes. We made JB take a dab. So we did. I don't understand how it can say it's connected when it clearly ain't.
Bro, I just landed a 25k contract.
Nice. Do they know about it? Or if you just
I'll have the
hacked them?
25k at the end of March.
Herder of Cat says.
Yeah, I recall just over 2 years ago or so when I was by accident following a guy that invented a programming language and he found a job where he was requested 4 to 5 years of experience with that language and tweeted that he unfortunately can't make it cause he only put the programming language together just 1.5 years before.
Yeah, that was I swear that was React or something. It was like one of the JS languages.
Congratulations, Edge Beers 11. Cool face.
It's like when I was studying software engineering, we learnt PHP at uni, and then we moved into like just basic HTML. Like we never did any frameworks, but
Went viral.
Angular only came out as I completed uni. Like literally in my final year, that's when Angular first came into existence. So like, yeah. If you were an Angular expert, it was because you'd literally learnt it within 6 months. See if there's any other commands. What else we got? Import, remove, status. I mean, status is lying to us. It just says it's connected when it isn't.
But that's how ridiculous job requirements are.
Yeah, it's because you got some HR douchebag that doesn't know anything about the technology, and they've just written up a spec. Oh, we need about 5 years of experience. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, you can't actually do that in the UK. So UK age discrimination. Comes up with something. So I don't know if it's going to give me a nice thing like citizens' advice.
Spears 11 says.
I love React and Node.js for front-end and back-end, then Express for APIs and filter libraries. Build in some logging and monitoring and you're golden.
Yeah, so in the UK, if you put any job rec that says we want X number of years experience, then you instantly fall foul of the Equality Act, because you're targeting your job at people that are older than a certain age range. So you're instantly discounting anyone who's like in their early career, even though they might be able to do the job perfectly. But yeah, just because they're young, you've discounted them.
Cat says,
It's either HR douchebag or usually a manager that tells the HR guy these requirements.
Zero Riobyte says,
MSec when the tech has only been out for 1 year and they want 5 years of experience. I'm unsure that's totally how math works.
Yeah.
Spears 11 says,
React handles most of the basic client-side attacks, and Node and Express handle a lot of the back-end logic with object-oriented programming.
This is me right now. In your late 30s, but you look a lot younger. Your employer's decided to send your colleague instead because he looks like an old bastard. Yeah, essentially you could take your company to court over any perceived inequality because of your age. And yeah, this is just a UK thing, so yeah, I told off one of my old lecturers. So when my lecturer left uni, he went to work for some firm, like a big corporate entity, and he was putting loads of things on LinkedIn saying like, "Oh, we need X number of years experience." And I was like, you know, you're actually breaking the law right now. And then he got the thing updated and then blocked me on LinkedIn. Fucking prick. So, yeah, don't block me just because you're illegally posting job adverts.
Lol.
Yeah, and it took one of your ex-students to point it out to you. Right, let's skip this bit because I don't think it's working. I think we're not going to have to do any workspace stuff, I don't think. We probably are. See if this works. Database not connected.
Herder of Cat says,
I'm pretty sure I stumbled across Jonathan Data on LinkedIn. I'm 99% sure. Was a few months back. Hilarious.
I don't get the whole beef with Jonathan Day. I know like he posts a load of things that aren't entirely accurate. But I'm just like a witness to it. I don't really understand how that shit started. I think I added him just
Like you could try doing sudo msfdb start performs console and see if the DB is created. Then run workspace after.
Herder of Cat says,
Shout.
He blocked everyone else that proved him how off he was.
Spears 11 says,
Lol, Jonathan Data just followed me on Twitter like 3 days ago.
I think I've got him on here. Let's have a look. Is that right? Account suspended. Jonathan Data 1. Yeah, I'm following him. I'm not blocked yet.
Herder of Cat says,
At Spears 11, you're probably part of the grand scheme of things very soon, man. Brace yourself. Smiley face. Smiley face.
The fun fact on Twitter: if you are banned, you can just open it in a incognito window and it will unban you. You can read all the public posts.
Spears 11 says,
Oh god.
Zero Riobyte says,
What happens if you run sudo msfdb status?
Yeah,
Spears 11 says.
we'll do that
I
once
hope
it
not.
fires up. You're probably part of the grand scheme of things. He already is. He's a big man on campus, JB. I'm gonna get a t-shirt when you're like uber famous. I'm gonna get like a shirt that says I'm a moderator in JB's channel. Like that's my claim to fame.
Herder of Cat says.
I blocked Jonathan Data quite some months before he went viral.
Honk. Right, what are we doing? DB status. Yay. Okay, cool. So just to run it as sudo. Right, what are we doing? Workspace. Thanks for that, Oreo. -A. Try Acme. Workspace. -D.
What's with the duck? Goose.
That is from a video game. I can't remember the name of it, but we'll just Goose Game that, tell me. I've got it on PS4. Untitled Goose Game. There you go. That's probably why I couldn't remember it, because it's.
Zero Riobyte says.
You basically
Goose
play a
is
goose, and you can pick up items, and then you can steal keys. It's actually a really good game. It's gonna play. But yeah, you can steal items, and you have to take them to other places and use it to unlock the level essentially. But yeah, go play it. Share the link. Yeah.
Herder of Cat says.
Can you share the link, please?
Sex says. Web link. Herder of Cat says.
Thank you. Folded hands.
No worries. So we can add and we can delete. You can use. You'll also notice the database name is printed in red, starting with a asterisk. Oh, is that because it added it? Workspace. Oh, has it already selected it? Ah, yeah, there we go. Cool. So when it's selected, you can navigate. You can use the -H to list the options. So we can list them verbosely: switch workspace, add, delete workspace, delete all workspaces, rename it. Different from the regular Metasploit usage, once a Metasploit is launched with the database, the help command will show you the database commands menu. Ooh. No, that didn't work. How did they do that one? What was it? Once Metasploit is launched with the database, the help command will show you the database backends menu. I think it does. Oh yeah, there we go. If you run the nmap scan using db nmap shown below, the results will be saved to the database. So what did we just prefix? Okay, I got it. So anything you use like this will use the database. So nmap, import a result file, export file, connected data service, hosts, loot, notes, services, vulnerabilities, works. Okay. So one of those then. db nmap. If I type it in the thing might help. SV P ports 10.10.26.65. Oh, I was going to start doing some Try Hack Me giveaways as well, following in Gar's footsteps. But I don't want to do it with marbles, because both he and Tiberius both do marbles, so I want to come up with my own thing, but not entirely sure what yet. I might finish building my chat bot and then have that deal with it. Don't involve Kirby. Yeah. Unless there's like
Kirby, please.
someone suggested something in a previous stream where if like we get everyone into a game of what was it, Among Us. So you all play Among Us, and then whoever kills everyone and doesn't get yeeted basically wins the round, and I'll send them a Try Hack Me. So you'd actually have to do some like social engineering as well as play well to get it. I thought that was quite clever, but it requires people to have Among Us. So. And you also have to not do a hate crime on my stream because you'd be on voice chat. So.
Not familiar with the game.
Oh, Among Us is awesome. So once it loads, I'll show you. It's like a say like 8 of you are in a room. You're on a spaceship, and each of the spaceship rooms have like a task to do. So you have to run around this thing doing those tasks that are set in order to like restore power, or like here they're doing some wiring. So you'll do like a little mini game to fix the wiring, and then while you're doing that, someone in your group is like a killer. They're like an alien. So they'll go and kill random people, and if they kill everyone, they win. But at any point during this process,
you can change your TDS.
You can get interrupted by Nightbot, and then you have like a button in the center of the ship. So if you run and press the button, you all converge on like a meeting, and you can meet and chat with each other to say, "Oh, I've seen such and such do this," and that person who's been killing can also say like, "Oh no, it was someone else," and try to redirect it. Like a Find the Killer game, yeah, exactly.
Herder of Cat says.
Basically, just like.
If they do it really well, it's hard to detect if it's like actually them. So I just like it because there's like an element of social engineering to it. But yeah, it's a shame it's not free, because then anyone could get it.
Nightbot says.
8 subscribers to go until we reach the goal of 15 and unlock new emote slots. Use those Prime subs if you have them.
Right, what are we doing? So we did the mmap scan. Saved it to a database. You can now reach the information. You can reach the information relevant to hosts and services running on the target systems with hosts and services command. So hosts. So because this is pinged back, I've now got a host, and then services should bring back the ports it's scanned. Hey, that's cool. Hosts H, services H help you become more familiar with the options. So we can add, delete, show only certain columns, show hosts that are active. Set our host from the search, that's nice. Info, name, comments, tags, services H. Same sort of thing, just set the R hosts from the result. Cool. Once the information is stored in the database, you can use the host-r command to add this value to the rhost parameter. That's what we just read. If we use the vulnerability scanning module that finds potential MS17010 vulnerabilities, so let's do that quick. And set our host, so hosts are. Why did that not work? Oh, hosts. Nice. We've showed type show options. And it's already set it. Once all parameters are set, we can launch the exploit using the run command. Does not appear vulnerable. If there's more than one host saved to the database, the IP addresses will be used. All IP addresses will be used as host. Oh shit. So you just do a scan, get all of the hosts, and then just spam like exploits at them. That's pretty savage. In a typical penetration testing engagement, we could have the following scenario. Find the hosts, scan them for further vulnerabilities. The services command used with the S parameter will allow you to search for specific services in the environment. So we can say services S net BIOS. Yeah. Why is that listed twice? Oh, two different ports. Okay. You might look for low-hanging fruit such as HTTP, FTP, SMB, SSH, and RDP. So this could be vulnerable to SQL injection, anonymous login, SMB, easy to guess credentials, and blue keep. As you can see, Metasploit has many features to aid in the engagement, such as the ability to compartmentalize your engagements into workspaces, analyze your results at a high level, and quickly import data. That's cool. I really like this. Yeah, definitely using that. I just hate typing our host. It's like just that alone is worth doing. Metasploit allows you vulnerability scanning. Metasploit allows you to quickly identify some critical vulnerabilities that could be considered as low-hanging fruit. The term low-hanging fruit usually refers to easily identifiable and exploitable vulnerabilities that could potentially allow you to gain a foothold. In some cases, you can gain high-level privileges such as root or admin. Finding vulnerabilities using Metasploit will rely heavily on your ability to scan and fingerprint the target. The better you are at these stages, the more options Metasploit may provide for you. For more examples, if you identify a Vnc service running on your target, you may use the search function on Metasploit to list useful modules. The result will contain payload or post modules at this point. At this stage, these results are not useful, as we've not discovered a potential exploit to use yet. However, in the case of Vnc, there are several scanner modules that we can use. Is it actually going to get me to do that? Looks like it. So use auxiliary scanner Vnc and why did that not? I've got multiple. I just want the login one. Use to info. So what the hell is this doing? Brute force speeds, our hosts, our port, stop on success, verbose.
Christy says, Metasploit.
Metasploit. We can add more zeros or O's to that. Metasploit. How you doing, Christy?
It is very good.
Christy says, "Evening, Mike."
Broken it, Christy. It's stopped working. Oh, there we go.
Snipers, huh?
_Barry says.
So did you open the phone yet for my stream?
Says, "Oh, tie, haha."
I should open your stream as well. Yeah, man, you gotta wait though for a second.
I can solo this, it's fine. Like 0.
Okay, here's the joke. Why do Linux users
Hey, just
have so
81,
much
2, 3,
time
4, 5, 6,
searching
7.
for things on Windows? Because they can't cat into grep.
They can't cat into grep.
Good TTS can count.
Oh, it's so bad.
I don't have any good Windows Linux jokes, so you're already at a loss. You should go visit their streams. So what's the point of this? It's just telling me to list out the info. As you can see, the Vnc Login Module can help us find login details for the Vnc service. Well, great. So what? Am I actually supposed to log in? Who wrote the module that allows us to check SMTP services for Open Relay? That one. I was just teaching me the info command. Campbell Murray. Cool, so then terminate you, start you. Let's delete that try hack me workspace. So we're back to default.
Sex says, "Cat jam." Translated from Portuguese.
Anyone know the name of this song? Or at least the original song, what it's built on. Or even the game it's from. Right, there's our IP. Alright, exploitation. As the name suggests, Metasploit is an exploitation framework. Exploits are the most populated module category.
Christy says, "In working on a ping stego, my head is spinning. You don't have cat jam toe."
I know. Oh. I thought I did have it on.
Party parrot.
Yeah, I don't think I've enabled better Twitch.
Add 7 TV.
I have got it. Yeah, it's better Twitch TV's on here.
As well.
Party parrot. I must have to do something else to enable it in chat.
Wow, you only have the globals.
Yeah.
You can add free 250 emotes.
Where do I do that then? Because I swear I had it already.
Ah, yeah.
Let's create a camp on that. Is it an extension?
Add it from 7TV.
Okay.
Is better.
Oh yeah, need a browser extension. We'll do that later then. Cool, thanks for that. I will check that out. So yeah, what we're doing the exploitation bit. So we can search for exploits also using the search command. We can obtain more info using the info command. We can launch it using the exploit command. While the process itself is simple, remember that the successful outcome depends on a thorough understanding of the services running on the target. Most of the exploits will have a preset default payload, however you can also always use show payloads command to list the commands that you can use with that specific exploit.
Irakai says,
It'll give you something red to test.
Giggity giggity goo.
Back to you.
What made it red? I'll leave it alone, Rozaka. Just stop playing with it. If it's gone red, it's too much. Put it down.
Red on a bad day.
Once you've decided on the payload, you can use the set payload. Yeah.
Flogging the dolphin.
Now that choosing a working payload could become a trial and error process due to environmental OS restrictions such as a firewall, antivirus file writing, or the program performing the payload execution isn't available. Some payloads will open new parameters that you may need to set running the show options command once more can show these. As you can see in the above example, a reverse payload will at least require the L host option. Oh, nice. Paleo Apalto. Is that oh no, it's not what I thought it was. Paleo Talonjizing.
Christy says,
there was a dinosaur like education channel I got raided into the other day. That's quite cool.
Paleontologizing. Easy.
So once we have a session open, we can background it with Control-Z or abort it with Control-C. Backgrounding will be useful when we're working on more than one target, or on the same target with a different exploit on and/or shell. Working with sessions, using the session command will list all active sessions. Session command supports a number of options that will help you manage the sessions better. So we've got C, run a Meterpreter command on the session, terminate them all, row search, run a command on the session. So little c for a command, big C for a Meterpreter command. List all active help banners, interact with the supplied session ID, Terminate sessions by session ID, list all active sessions, name, rename session, quiet mode, run a script or a module on the session, set a response timeout, upgrade the shell to a Meterpreter. You can interact with any existing session using sessions-i followed by the ID. So exploit one of the critical vulnerabilities on the target VM. What's the hint for this? The target is the missing patch. I thought we did this one. It didn't fucking work. Oh, that was MS17. Yeah. Exploit. I've done it again. Exploit.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Nina Panda.
It works always second time.
So, not in.
Nina Panda says,
Good day, friend.
Oh, actually, our host has changed. So, because this is a second box, we need to set our hosts to 10.10.69 giggity 251 and then exploit.
Christy says,
The IP.
Yeah, it's still not doing anything. Host is likely vulnerable. There we go. So we want to find the exploit for it. So we've got to search MS17.
Search MS17.
Oh yeah, beat it. So we've got Eternal Blue, PS exec or command. What's the ranking for them? Great for this one. So double pulsar it. So let's do use 10. Show options. So we've got our hosts is not set, so it's set our hosts 10.10.69 giggity 251. What else do we need? lhost. What the fuck is my IP?
Irakai says,
Greater than equals.
I thought you'd like that. ifconfig tam0. Oh, it's up here as well, isn't it? So lhosts. Exploit. Exploit completed, no session created.
Christy says,
You can ifconfig from MSF console.
Are you sure you want to execute code against a nation-state implant? You may contaminate forensic evidence. Cool. Alright, so I guess double pulse has to be on there first, so let's do the shit ones. What should we do instead? Let's go with...
Ha ha ha, Roo sure? Roo really sure?
Just think how livid they were when double pulsar got popped, like when that...
Nina Panda says,
Check your configuration for that exploit.
For double pulsar... show you. I think that's right. Our hosts is correct. IP's right. Yeah. I think you need that's double pulsar. You have to put that implant on first, though, don't you? So that the SMB has to already be running double pulsar.
Christy says,
Show advanced options.
Where the hell do I do that? Advanced. Disable
And
defang.
disable the defang. I mean, that looks fine to me. How would I disable Where
the
the heck
defang?
is it, lol?
Alright, let's just do what I was going to do, which is pick another exploit. I'm pretty certain you need to have installed double pulsar in order to then launch the RC against it. It's effectively like a backdoor, isn't it? So if we do eternal blue instead.
Yep, probably.
Lhost is already set. Our hosts.
In a script kiddie, I wouldn't know.
I'm just trying to think back to like when the WannaCry came around. So there was a double pulsar was like a persistence layer. There was another one has gone from my head. Probably Eternal Blue actually, or something similar. There was two running in. So, but one would pop SMB and then the other would dump double pulsar on it.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Shredduck. We do show options. What have we got to on this one? So R host was last thing. Set G R hosts 10.10.69 giggity 251 exploit. Target is likely vulnerable. Trying to exploit with a 12 groom allocation. Setting egg to corrupted connection.
Isra King.
Are we in yet? No. Fail! Sucks, I just typed into it. Let's look up this thing. It's going to annoy me if I don't remember what that bloody thing is. I made an infographic on it, I should remember. Yeah, it was Eternal Blue. There we go.
Yep. Can't sleep at night.
Yeah, so Eternal Blue would pop the SMB on it, and then somewhere down here it should do double pulsar. So yeah, used Eternal Blue, gained the access, then dropped double pulsar, And then once double pulsar was on it, not only was it vulnerable to Eternal Blue, but there's this back door on there. So if they'd have fixed that at some point, they could still get in with that. But yeah, they basically burnt both of these in this whole thing. So yeah, I guess if you find that in the wild, then that's like an oh fuck moment, because you found an ancient backdoor in 2017 and earlier potentially. If you found a really early version. Oh look, I'm in. Why did that cancel? No,
I
wait.
guess all heads are on it at this point.
Why did that not work? I'm not in. It printed my own shelves. Who am I to me? Which isn't helpful. That's it. That's it. Let's try again. I guess all EDRs are on it, but yeah. I mean, you'd hope so. It's 5 years old now. I remember when this first launched, it was just like a massive clusterfuck.
The host of the Rift is 192.168.
Was it? Oh yeah, that's not going to work then. Good catch. Set G L host lost L host 10 9 12 198.
Nightbot says,
You can change your TDS voice here. Web link.
Christy says,
Yay, I haven't slept 4 days and 4 nights because wanna cry. I was a zombie.
This is my this thing that just popped up is my try hack me streak maintaining script. So like at every 10 AM I think I set it to run it, and 10 PM, so at least twice a day I'm able to get a try hack me event to trigger. So if for whatever reason I forget to do a try hack me, I still get at least a streak. I mean, it works because my streak's nearly 200. So yeah, it just resets a room and then completes the room, just triggering like some curl scripts. Yeah, pro tip: if you want to get the streak rewards,
To go into
you've got to cheat.
goal of 15 and unlock new emote slots. Use those Prime subs if you have them.
Christy says,
Nice.
Nice.
Irakai says,
At Christy, why haven't you been able to sleep?
17. I'm going to try the other one because that one we were just trying only has an average ranking, so let's try the normal.
Christy says,
Hysterical clients.
The sky is falling. I mean, they hit our NHS, so that completely crippled some of our hospitals, which obviously isn't a great thing.
Herder of Cats says,
The sky is always falling.
Yeah, we had emergency rooms and all sorts, literally couldn't access their computer systems, had to shut down any healthcare they were giving. It's just ridiculous. I'm surprised a load more people didn't die because of it. But,
Christy says,
They were pulling me in all calls and crap while I had to do research and shit.
able to find accessible named pipe.
Herder of Cat says,
Luckily in my country people were still relying on papers.
Yeah, all of ours is pretty much computerized now. But it doesn't help that when I did research on this to find out when it happened, but all the NHS, like the National Health Service as a bigger entity, has around about 100 smaller entities within it. So if you think the NHS is actually 100 mini NHSs, and they all are supposed to talk to each other, but the computer system is all linked somehow. So you just imagine, like the first round of machines to get ransomware just fucking ruined it. So yeah, they had to basically restore the whole infrastructure back from images. It's just...
Now we're getting more and more digitized and more interlinked.
Yeah, they were lucky really, because the NHS digital service is shared across all those entities. So although that, like from a medical and like funding perspective, they're all separate, smaller, I can't remember what they call it now, it's like a trust. So they're smaller trusts, but the digital part was shared. So if it wasn't, they'd have been so fucked. Like, we probably still wouldn't have a healthcare now. We're just like relying on scrounged antibiotics and paracetamol. Why doesn't this work?
Just waiting to see what the next bug is. My popcorn is ready.
I remember like thinking like, holy shit, when those, like when Double Pulsar and Eternal Blue got leaked, like how are people still finding these vulnerabilities? Like, because you'd think like we're in 2022 now, like at some point
Christy says,
the number of vulns is going to plateau.
To be hit by a shit like this, they should be isolated.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem to be plateauing, it's just like this never-ending dumpster fucking fire of rubbish.
Herder of Cat says,
only backing it for special ones like Shell Shock and Eternal Blue.
Alright, let's try another one. Let's do 0 again. What's this going to say? Use the target is missing the MS-17 patch. Yeah, but so what? Doesn't help if it doesn't fucking get.
Christy says, because Mike, nations are keeping those to themselves, and when shit hits the fan, we all turn into mad PPR.
Yeah.
I am terrified about the 0 days.
Yeah, no. Pretty tired. Yeah, the 0 days are just ridiculous. Like, just imagine how many they're sat on right now. Like, we know nothing about. They can break into any system they want. I always love it though whenever you get like, what are the biggest threats facing us, and it's like ransomware, social engineering, phishing, and then right at the bottom of the list someone will say nation state actors. No, if you're being targeted by a nation state, you might as well just bend over and like just open your butthole, because there's just no stopping it. Like you can't defend against it. You're going to spend like infinite numbers of money to try to prevent it, and they're just like going to get in. It's just like, what, you can't defend against it, so just don't bother. Don't spend your budget defending against a nation-state actor.
OFC, there is a matter of time till a researcher would discover the same 0D.
Irakai says,
Lamau.
I don't know why this isn't working, but it's annoying me. What is the content of the flag.txt file? I'd tell you if I had a fucking shell. Right, I'm gonna look up a walkthrough, and if the walkthrough tells me to do what I'm doing, I'm going to be angry. No, there aren't any write-ups, of course.
Christy says,
Yepsi SolarWinds was discovered by mistake. Imagine it was running for years.
Yeah. I'd love to go back in time just with like an up-to-date list of exploits, like just turn up with the bleeding edge version of Kali and all the Metasploit payloads and just like not tell anyone. Just like, haha, I can break into all the things.
Herder of Cat says,
I know the NSA or some other three-letter gov agency has supposedly requested by law all big producers of hard drives to provide them with those secret keys that basically unlock the hard drive encryption and literally allows you to access the data of any hard drive as it would be in plain text.
Christy says,
Damn.
L.
Translated from Romanian.
So what have they got? SMTP relay. Okay, we've done this. Keep going. We got access. Which one are they using? Yeah, they're using this one. Just keep spamming it till it works.
Supposedly this is just rumors, but I don't think so.
Same port and everything, so there's no reason why it shouldn't work. Suppose it's just... I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. You've got... Because the NSA were intercepting Cisco switches at one point and putting hardware into those. Just oh yeah, just put a little sniffer chip in the Cisco box.
Christy says,
You're just AGI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is somehow fair, right? You would want to fast decrypt a terrorist's HDD, am I right?
Why is this failing versus winning? Like what? Triggering free after corrupt buffer, and then it just... Tell you what, let's...
At Christie, how about they just stick to intercepting traffic like they did until now?
Start the machine again, see if we get a new box.
Christy says,
Nah, I don't agree.
Yeah, it's all good until they determine that everyone's a terrorist, and then suddenly your hard drive's getting scanned.
Herder of Cat says,
Exactly.
Yeah. Hear that knock on the door and it's, give me your hard drive, motherfucker.
That's the issue.
Christy says,
Oh, well, I wouldn't mind NSA scanning my HDDs.
Herder of Cat says,
Remember Mike Parsons? True story.
I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming they were targeted by mistake. We've got a couple of seconds while that box boots anyway. Mark Parsons. F12
the F12 guy.
Oh, the
No.
the guy that looked at the website and then they'd had all their credentials in the like HTML comments, and then they were like, "You're hacking." No, you're not hacking. You've just used the source code. Yeah, this dickhead. F12. F12 isn't hacking. Come on, why is it so slow? I don't know why people do this as well. Like, according to GDPR, if you have a cookie thing like this, the acceptance buttons need to be just as accessible as the denial buttons. So this accept all should have a deny all right next to it, because at the moment I've now got to, like, here we've got one, reject all. It should be that easy. If you've got like an accept all and then you've got to do them one by one to deny them, then that's game over. I hope the EU get loads of money out of you.
No, that was the reporter that did that, and basically the reporter just pressed F12 and found the entire database of a county or something like that.
Yeah.
120k people, social security numbers, etc. US has no GDPR.
Christy says,
Well, I was talking about deep level of cybercrime, not idiots lol.
Herder of Cat says,
Different laws.
Irakai says,
If you have a cookie like this greater than instance cut to ads, fuck you Twitch. Cheap bastards can't even do 70-30 split.
Christy says,
Oh yeah, that was
They
proper
are pushing
scummy.
ads like mad since a while now.
Although I didn't even, you don't see that as an affiliate anyway, it was always 50-50. Right, I'm going to show you how to hack TechCrunch according to that senator. You press F12, then you select the text in the screen that you want to hack, and then you just go you change the text, and then you close the thing, and you've hacked TechCrunch. Right, what we're doing, we're gonna set our hosts 10.10.230.
At Christy, now you see my point of view? Confused face.
Christy says,
No. I know what you say.
Alright, fingers crossed the new box gets us a shell.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Elder. Eldor. Tell me if I'm butchering these names. Started. Oh wait, that's fucking local hosted the wrong one again. Show options. Yeah. Set lhost 10.9.12.198.
But I do not agree, because I was talking about cybercrime, and you cannot stop that otherwise.
Unless you scan the hard drives, yeah.
And cybercrime includes terrorism.
I suppose if they've got a warrant, there's no issue really. You'd have to have done something for them to be on your radar anyway. As long as there's probable cause, they can pretty much do whatever they like. But then you think if you look at that F12 thing, their probable cause was that they've just done what we did to TechCrunch. Like, you just need some absolute moron who's sat behind the prosecution to not have a brain.
Herder of Cats says,
At Christie with a warrant and the entire setup and circumstances to avoid power abuse.
Christie says,
Well, there is a big brother everywhere, do not be mistaken about that.
This looks like it's working. No. Failed to load client portion.
But they solved that F12 problem.
This is just balked now. What's going? Yeah, fail. I don't know, why isn't this working? Win! Finally! I'm in. Alright, so we got a shell fucking at last.
Herder of Cats says,
At Christie wasn't solved. The law still exists and you can still go to jail.
Christie says,
So you can shut down gracefully dumb leaders, if there is place for diplomacy.
Oh, what's the interpreter for ID? Is it exec? No. No. Help. Get system. Info.
Herder of Cats says,
What was worse is that in the Mike Parsons situation is that 120K database was also linked to a search function. Mind blown.
No, didn't they have like, it was literally like a load of commentary and it was all in comments. Like, you just, if you pressed F12, you could see everyone's social security numbers. It's just like, really? Yeah, here's a load of PII, but because the US doesn't have a GDPR law, there's no backlash for leaking
Everything
everyone's
on the website.
data.
On a plate.
They were on about reversing GDPR over here once Brexit came in. It's like, no, don't do that for fuck's sake. It's like one of the good things the EU did. Oh, why's my interpreter closed? No. Oh, you dick. Alright.
Now the US is putting together something similar to GDPR.
Yeah, I mean, California's got one already. I think New York's got one. But there ain't that many states. It's like 2.
But worse.
Christie says,
Well, they should have done it earlier.
Why does it keep telling me that my interpreter's closed?
Herder of Cats says,
More loopholes in them. Like a second-hand GDPR.
I mean, even GDPR's a bit waffly when it comes to enforcement. For things like, so Pekka's the one that handles cookies. If you report getting emails and cookies and like anything that you report through that system, like you can say I've got spammed by a load of people, you just get an email back saying that, oh yeah, we're going to investigate, and then it doesn't ever go
Well,
anywhere.
unfortunately, our country is full of a bunch of fuckheads that pit one group against each other.
Upload, download, execute. Yeah, that's what I wanted to execute. VS, get system, get UID.
Christy
That's
says,
sysinfo.
It's not only your country that has that Iraqi.
Herder of Cats says,
Adirasakai sounds lovely.
Christy says,
Those are everywhere.
Yeah, that exists here, mate. Let's fuckheads here as well.
Herder of Cats says,
Adirasakai, what a Christie said.
I nearly got run over today. I was cycling into work, and then this like massive lorry was driving on the wrong side of the road down the high street, just coming straight towards me, and then it like randomly pulled into a parking space that was big enough for a car, not this massive lorry. And then as soon as I got past it, it started doing like a 3-point turn in the middle of the fucking high street. It's like, oh my god, what are you doing? Like, go down the end of the road, there's a huge roundabout, you can turn around. You don't have to like kill everyone in the process.
WTF lol.
Christy says,
D?
Why does this keep saying yeah, shut up, what's up, so he's doing it wrong.
Did you film it?
No, I took a photo of it when I'd stopped. I've basically gone past him, but nothing evidentiary, like you couldn't do anything with it. I know there's active sessions open because they're fucked. What's that?
Herder of Cats says,
I'm going to bed. Take care, everyone.
Christy says,
Get a GoPro M8.
Okay, I got a GoPro. Yeah, no worries, just guy. I'll see you soon. I've got on my bike. I've got a GoPro on the handlebar, but it's I took it out. You'll like this.
Just 81 2 3 4 5 6 7.
So I took this out the other day, mounted it on my handlebar, and then I went to turn it on, and I'd forgotten to take the batteries with me.
Iraqi says,
I've got 2 batteries as well. I'd forgotten both of them.
Herder of Cats says,
GN, Vulcan salute, full face.
Christy says,
Ooh, unlucky.
Alright, let's do this again. MS17. Use 0 worked, just took several attempts. Show options. Set lhost. 10.9.12.198. Set our hosts 10.10.230.29. Exploit.
Listen. Mike.
I'm listening.
You gotta reset the box.
No, I've just done it once. No, it worked. I won.
Yes.
No, I won. Sysindo. Sysinfo. Yay!
That was a lucky shot.
That's what I'm about. It's lucky shots. Right, that's what we're doing.
Translated from Dutch. Iraqi says,
Money shots, Mike.
Oh, I've probably broken it again now, just doing an ls command. Come on. Yeah, it didn't like that. How do I just do... I just want a normal shell. How the fuck do I get a normal shell?
Christy says,
Testimony.
Translated from Dutch.
Help. Shell.
It's a bit slow. It's probably because it's a Windows box. Timeout shell. They need to up the RAM on this box or something. It's a sub room as well. It's like, what's the point of paying £8 a month when it doesn't even sodding work?
Irakai says,
Trey Hack mad it's finished. You love it.
We're not going to be able to do LS because it's a Windows box. Christie's on the money there. So we do DIR.
Christy says,
Links allowed?
They will be if I permit you. That's...
Nightbot says,
MSEC, greater than at Christie has been granted permission to post a link for 60
fucking mess.
seconds.
Interpreter
Christy
crashed
says,
as well.
Web link.
Hack the boo. Oh, that's cool. I know they do the Christmas rooms. I didn't know they did a holiday, not holiday, a Halloween one.
Voucher for VIP Plus.
Oh. You get all Hack the Box players can get 25% off the annual VIP Plus subscription. Use code HackTheBoo at checkout. Ooh. How much do you want to bet at Christmas they do another one of these, but it's like 50% off? They get you to spend the money now, and then later on they go like, it's Christmas, have a massive discount.
Oh, Prolly.
Nightbot says,
Yeah.
You can change your TDS voice here. Web link.
I thought I'd be on the other one by now. It's just taking ages. I just want my exploit to work. Right, so we've won again. Right. What's the hint for this? Use the search command. What's search flag.txt? Oh yeah, there we go. Search. F.
Subscribers to go until we reach the goal of 15 and unlock new emote slots. Use those Prime subs if you have them.
Christy says,
I am gathering my brains to do Wreath someday.
Wreath. Oh, we did that the other day. That was yeah, it was really good. I got it took me at least, I want to say 3-4 days to do it though. Yeah, just getting your head around the different ways to proxy is a bit of a mindfuck, but yeah, it's still good.
Yeah, ick.
Yeah, what's the one after that? Is it Hollow? Probably going to try that. So we found the flag, so we know where it is. So how do we read it? I'll just download it. Download. Let's see. I guess I've got to put the path in. No. I don't want to download Metasploit, I want to download the fucking file.
I did that. Finished it by cheating toe. They were resetting it like mad, every few hours, got sick of regaining persistence over the network over and over again.
I think mine got reset 3 times, but it was in between days, so I didn't get it like that, like they're doing it during my attempts. But yeah, I'd like get in, get the persistence, go, like come back to it the day later, and then it'd all reset and I'd have to do it again. So it was only through, like, because you can exfiltrate the keys and stuff, so that gets you a little head start, because then you just connect in using the key. But that's bullshit. The amount of times I've had to do that.
Much better, Kaz is paid.
Yeah, have you done throwback then? What do we want for this?
Irakai says,
Christy, what do you do for work?
So resume helpline.
Christy says,
I do forensics.
Okay, it's just got me in quotes. Split, horizontal, CD.
Irakai says,
Cyber forensics?
Christy says,
Good question. Yes.
Hey, right, we finally got the flag out. So we downloaded it. Forensics, that sounds nice. Linux or Windows or both, or are you just a wizard?
Irakai says,
Hell yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Christy says,
Linux, Mac, Windows, iOS, Android, you name it.
Oh, sick. It's a multi-layered threat. How do we get the interpreter? Does Meterpreter have its own hash dump? Yeah, use that. Use hash dump. Hash dump. There we go. Does it have a hash dump? Yeah, it's literally called hash dump, you pillock. Right,
Zero Riobyte says,
Christy, what about digital forensics with containers, Hyper-V, Docker, LXD, etc.?
MSF Venom.
Irakai says,
At 0 Riobytes up, buddy.
Christy says,
Those as well. 0 Riobyte.
Zero Riobyte says,
At a Rasakai sub, you going to try the AV evasion stuff again?
Why is it doing the attack box? Start machine. Okay, it's going to do it in this way.
Christy says,
As inside physical mediums, there is a lot faux virtualization.
Maybe Asian. Oh, I was testing like a network isolation thing. Basically, if it found a payload, it would isolate the machine. If you started sending it like the iCar string, it would lock everything down. You couldn't do anything to it. It's not much fun. Just start sending iCar to like every machine. How to break your lab in 10 seconds.
Barney says,
What League of Legends version is this?
This is what happens at the end game when you've beaten all of the leagues of the legend. I've never played that game, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, you unlock this and you get lots of nonsense. It's like a cheat mode.
Irakai says,
At 0 Ryabite, yes, I'm almost done with the room.
Christy says,
Man, Barney of the Rubble, you saw S13 changes.
Connected to TryHack Me remote waiting for response. I don't know what this is actually doing. What's...
Barney says,
Carry on.
I see the feature.
MSF Venom, which replaced MSF Payload and MSF Encode, allows you to generate payloads. It will allow you to access all payloads available in the Metasploit framework. Many different formats: PHP,
Christy
EXE,
says,
DLL, ELF, etc.
Translated from Romanian. 0 Ryobite says,
At Christie, how to recover Docker containers of a virtual machine or host OS that has been mounted locally to view the file system, where there are signs of active Docker containers but not currently running, on the target drive?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I have no idea. I'll let Christy answer that one. Right. MSF Venom allows you to access all payloads available for all the different target systems. Just do, I guess I'm doing it in this. MSF Venom L payloads.
Christy says,
Docker is a tar file. You take it, you enter it. And you search into it as in a usual folder.
There was a great Docker room during the Christmas challenges this or last year. I think it was one of John Hammond's. Yeah, that got you to dig into some container and look for like default credentials, I think it was, in a config file. Cyber... Advent of Cyber, that was it. Advent of Cyber 3.
Zero Ryobite says,
At Christie, will give that a try, thanks.
Playing with containers, this is the one. Yeah, you do like Docker images, you pull in a repository, and then inside this Grinch AOC there's like a load of shit that you have to figure out. Yeah, if you
Sec says. Web link. Christy says.
Signs of Docker running you find in task list / processes offline, network info, IP, port.
0 Riobyte says.
msec no with Docker command. Viewing Docker images while the box is turned off.
Gotcha. Okay.
Christy says.
Wait advent of Cyber 3?
Yeah, that was the last year's one, 2021. There'll be another one coming out soon, I assume. Right.
Our last year, yeah, I didn't get any prizes for it.
Neither did I.
A Christie entry-level fun THM holiday event held on December 1st to 25th. At Christie Me, web link.
Right, let's reset my views.
Christy says.
Yeah, frown.
Translated from Indonesian.
Still not sure why it's giving me this tiny little thing. That's what she said.
I only wanted a cable frown.
Zero Riobyte says.
At Christie hope there are more challenges with AV evasion. Want to put my skills to the test.
Irakai says.
So here's our payloads. We've got hundreds of them. You can generate standalone payloads, or you can get a usable raw format Python.
Go ooh.
Giggity goo. MSFN formats. This command can be used to list supported outputs.
Christy says.
Zero Riobyte hopefully, there will be.
Irakai says.
How do I get the TDS to hold out the OO part?
You can use the AWS prosody commands. So if you put speak like this, I think this should work. Speak, and then you want prosody. And then you want, what's the thing? Speed?
Christy says.
GU.
Something like that. I don't know if that'll work. Let's see.
Sec says. SSML error.
No, fucked it. Prosody, not prasody, that's why I fucked up.
Irakai says. SSML error.
Green Hill Zone.
SSML error.
Speak. Rate, that's what
Christy
we want.
says. SSML error.
Because this goes off to AWS, it's interpreted. So instead of speed, it should be rate, and then rate 1% should do that.
Sec says. Giggity go ooh 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 ooh.
Oh. But yeah, you can have some fun with that if you can figure out the SSML.
Ah, well.
Sex says. Web link. Christy says.
Aylmer.
Right, so we can do that. And then encoders, contrary to some belief, encoders do not aim to bypass antivirus. They encode the payload. While it can be effective against some antivirus, using modern obfuscation or learning methods to inject shellcode is a better solution. The example below shows the usage of encoding with the E parameter. The PHP version of Meterpreter was encoded in base64, and the output format was raw. It's really hard to read with this fucking split screen.
Ditastew says.
Hello, Smile.
Hello, Ditastew. How are you doing?
Christy says.
Yellow Ditastew.
So, encoding it, PHP reverse shell, output format raw, encode it with PHP base64. Similar to the exploits using a reverse shell, you need to be able to accept incoming connections generated by the MSF-Venom payload. When using an exploit module, this part is automatically handled by the exploit module. You'll remember how the payload options title appeared when setting the reverse shell. The term commonly used to receive a connection from the target is catching a shell. Reverse shells or interpreter callbacks generated by your MSF-Venom payload can be easily caught using a handler. The following scenario may be familiar if we exploit the file upload vulnerability present in the DVWA. For the exercises in this task, you'll need to replicate a similar scenario on another target system. DVWA is used here for illustration purposes, but the exploit steps are: generate a PHP shell, start the Metasploit handler, and then execute the shell.
Jessica1 says.
Hi, Daddy.
Hello, Daddy. Choke me, Daddy. MSF-Venom requires the payload, local machine IP, and local port.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Captain Stupid. It's also my nickname. So what's the difference of this one? No, just changing the local port. Right, yeah. So that sets the local host, which is catching the shell. And then note the PHP output will miss the starting PHP tag and end tag as seen below. Try hack me, yeah, I'm sorry.
THM.
So the reverse shell PHP should be edited to convert it into a working PHP file. Below, the comments removed from the beginning of the file. What is this on about? Like, where the fuck did this reverse shell come from? So they've just stuck another room in here. Good luck on your journey.
Smile.
So is this? Oh, unless this is the output, maybe. So reverse shell PHP is the So we're generating PHP, and then it's telling us we've got to edit it to remove the PHP tag, and then so we remove the comments, add the end tag. We use the multi-handler to receive an incoming connection. The module can be used with the use exploit multi-handler command. Multi-handler supports all Metasploit payloads and can be used for a interpreter as well as regular shell. To use the module, we need to use the payload value, PHP reverse shell in this case, and the L host and L port value. So let's copy that. Go to my notes. So I guess that can go down here. Cat shell. Then, so we tell it we're going to use the handler, set a type of payload, set the L host, set the L port, and once it's all set, if you do run, it will start the reverse listener. So let's start that MSF console. Actually, stop sudo MSF console. So when the reverse shell triggers, the connection will be received by the handler. Provide this with the shell. If the payload was an interpreter in a Windows executable format, then it will provide us a interpreter shell. Linux executables linkable format.
Barney says,
oh, here we go.
SSML error.
Ooh, didn't work. Why didn't that work? Try putting spaces before and after your message, so in between all the tags. I think it needs spaces.
Zero Riobyte says,
Other than Metasploit, what is everyone's go-to framework? Or is everyone here a gigatrod hacker and do it all manually or with custom tooling?
Just Netcat, that's all you need.
Barney says, SSML error.
No, I didn't like that. It looks valid.
Zero Riobyte says,
NC and Open Sleazy.
Sex says, SSML error.
Nice, pro soddy. I think pitch is actually a numerical. Just try it with rate.
Hello, Captain Stupid. SSML error.
No. Maybe it doesn't like pitch, that could be just a thing that isn't implemented.
Barney says, SSML error.
Controlling pitch.
Christy says,
just Metasploit. TBH is great.
Rate slow. Yeah, I don't think pitch is a valid. There it is. Resets the pitch. Pitch high. Thought I tried that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you just can't use 2 on this. It's probably.
Zero Riobyte says,
At Christie too bad it gets flagged by like every AV vendor.
Sex says, SSML error.
Spaces.
SSML error.
No, pitch is just broken, so don't do pitch, do rate, that'll work. Metasploit is great, it gets flagged by every AV, yeah. Right, so what we're doing here, we're doing the multi-handler, so search.
Christy says,
0 Rayobyte, that is true, but I think pen testers do not care much about AV flagging. Or EDR.
Yeah. Just have it in your contract that they've got to turn all the firewalls off. Yeah, just turn off Defender and we'll pen test you.
Barney says, SSML error.
Pitch ain't gonna work, I don't think.
0 Rayobyte says,
At Christie only if you are a true read team, but at that point you will be mostly using Cobalt Strike.
Other payloads. So what is it? Let's look at the questions, which ones are going to ask. Launch the VM, attach the task. Username is Murphy, password is 1Q2W. You can connect via SSH or launch the machine in a browser. Once on the terminal, type sudo session to get a root shell. This will make things easier. Murphy at 10.10.48.65.
Nightbot says,
You can change your TDS voice here. Web link.
Does anything in this fucking room work? Like, doesn't even SSH. How do I get my side menu back? Show split view.
Eight subscribers to go until we reach the goal of 15 and unlock new emote slots. Use those Prime subs if you have them.
Right, for anyone wondering, this is the room we're going through. It's very broken, nothing seems to work. And it's a subscription only room, which is even better. Right. So, are we logged in as Murphy already? Yeah, so we cannot change steer into home directory home Murphy. So if we SU Murphy 1Q2W. So now we're Murphy. And sudo SU 1Q2W3E4R. So now we're root. This is like the darkest terminal. You can barely see the letters. Like, that's an accessibility fail. So we've done that. Create a Meterpreter payload in the ELF format on the attack box or your attacking machine. So let's split my terminal. We want MSF Venom. And we want an ELF format. So this was I'm going to copy these actually, let's stick them in my notes. So that's the Linux one, and then the Windows one. And then get the different encoding types. So if we want, stick you over here. So if we want an ELF type, we want that. Localhost is 9.12.198. 4.4.4.4. ELF rev shell. Is that all we need? Just cd into this directory as well, documents. Paste it there. That's better. So we've got rev shell ELF. Transfer it to the target machine. You can start via Python web server on your attack machine. So Python web server. And then here we need to do what it says we'll get. So we'll get HTTP 109.12198 rev shell.elf. Just got. So we've done that. Get a interpreter session on the target machine. So we want to put generic reverse shell there. Set L host.
Barney says.
912.
Hello, it's Christy.
See, rate works fine. Right, so run. Started reverse handler. And then for you, we just run.
Christy says.
Rare parrot hello Barney of the rubble.
Plus X rev shell. Why did it like that? Core dump segmentation fault. That's not good. Let's run it a third time, see if that works. Fourth time even. Right. Well, it's doing something. Let's do... Try another one. Doesn't even let you background it. Ah, why?
Irakai says,
I might go buy this TV Mikey Magic.
Magic Mike, something totally different. That's on my OnlyFans. This is saying to do exactly the same thing. Just
LGC 242 inches.
so comparing this against a walkthrough,
SSML
literally
error.
identical.
Barney
Linux
says,
x86
SSML
interpreter,
error.
reverse TCP, lhost, which is right, lport, which is right, elf, reverse shell. So we've done the reverse shell. What one are you fucking listening to? Set payload limits. Interpreter reverse TCP. Let's just explicitly set the payload. It's better. Cool. So I had the wrong payload type. So we've got the shell, got the session. Use a exploitation module to dump the hashes of other users on the system. Hash dump. Requires priv extension to be loaded. Run. So just load priv. Priv not found. Okay. Use post Linux gather. Hash dump. Why doesn't that work? must specify a valid file glob to search for. Alright, we can close you anyway. Help. You can close you as well, actually, because the collapse. Search for file. I don't want to search, I want to load the fucking LLS. Yeah. So I've only got two things. If you've got the interpreter reverse shell in your machine, use a post exploitation module to dump the hashes. Okay. Right, so to do it. Why didn't that work when I did it earlier? Oh, because I did load priv instead of the actual thing. Right, so whose hash did we need? We needed the other user. So Claire. Copy that as well. I haven't done that one. Cool, that took far too long. You now have a better understanding of how Metasploit can help you identify potential vulnerabilities. You've also seen the database feature, which will help with pen testing engagements where you've got multiple targets. Finally, you should have gained some experience with MSF Venom and the creation of the standalone interpreter payloads. This is especially helpful in situations where you can upload a file to the target system or have the ability to download files to the target system. Interpreter is a powerful tool that offers lots of easy to use features during the post-exploitation phase. Alright, so we've got one more room, but I'm not going to have time to do it now, so we'll do that another day. Let's clean up, terminate that box. Yeah, I definitely need to skill up more on what to do once I've got the interpreter shell. I'm quite comfortable doing the other bits in the MSF console. So yeah, I need to learn more about what to do with it once I've done the post exploit. But yeah, let's go back here and refresh. We should have the interpreter room next, so hopefully that'll deep dive into what I've just talked about, what I need to get better at. Patting my head. I just got.
Stairs, the trash man says.
We asked her to pat your head. Can't you just use the emote? That's what it's there for.
Dutchy Raider says. She did it XD.
So yeah, we're going to do this one next. Probably tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how you actually use Meterpreter, because that's, yeah, like I said, it's definitely weakness. It's not the same. Right, should we find someone to raid?
Dutchy Raider says. It's not the same concern, Doge.
It is the same. Who have we got? Hate Handles is live. Should we raid Mr. Hate Handles? No plans, just hack. Cool. Right, let's do raid Hate Handles. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for all the follows. We had a load of them. 4 new follows. Thanks again for lurking if you've been here. Thanks Dutchy and Stairs, I guess, for getting Lottie to pat me on the head. Thanks for the Hack the Box code. Definitely use that if you haven't already. Get 25% off. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Finish off the Meterpreter rooms. Which should then leave us with just Privesk, which hopefully I've already done the first one. So just Linux, Windows, Privesk rooms, and we will have done all of the junior penetration testing one when I finally get my cert.
Christy says.
So yeah, thanks again everyone. I'll see you over in Hate Handle stream.